Good morning again, good midday, good evening all over the world. We are on the last day of the final of the World Robot Olympiad 2021. A very special one, an online one. And all the work is nearly done. All the teams have uploaded their videos, and I know that they are waiting for the ceremony to know who is the best. Be patient a little bit because we want to celebrate this special online event, because for all of us in the WRO, it's the first time. So stay with us the whole day long, and we are happy to celebrate the winners in a few minutes, but just before, we would like to say all over the world, whether it's morning, midday, or evening, even night, whether it's very warm or very cold. I don't know if Johan from South Africa is diving into his pool, because yesterday he had 32 degrees and we have round about 6 here in Dortmund, in Europe, in Germany. So a very warm welcome from all of us for this last day of the World Robot Olympiad 2021 online. Hello! Nice to meet you, and thank you for all of us. We will meet us during this session today, so bye-bye until soon. But Karen, you stay with me, please. We are talking again about our national organizers. Normally they know their job because they do it a long time. They can meet the teams, but in the pandemic, even for them, it was not so easy to rule everything necessary, I suppose.
No, it was hard for many of our national organizers. We discussed it, but many different countries had different measurements. So there have been countries where the children have not been going to school for over a year. Other countries, the schools were open again and you could do some activities. But what impressed me is that most of our national organizers have been able to be creative in what they did this season and how they kept the children involved. So some might have organized a virtual tournament with like a virtual robot on the computer. Others did their event online, a little bit like what we have been doing now. So where the children were at home and have their robot runs or present something. And others actually could do a real event. And it's very nice to see how they have been able to manage that. And I think it shows the creativity of our national organizers and their willingness to do things differently if needed. So they all do it for the children because they want the children to be active and engaged. And of course, they also want all the children to come back next season. So that is why they really were committed to stay active.
And I suppose there are a lot of national organizers who compete even in this year in the problems. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about how many countries are involved.
Yeah, so we have around 80 national organizers in total, so 80 member countries of WRO. And for around 14, 15 of them, it was really not possible to start with the competition or to have events. But 66 have had an event in one way or another, and they have managed to send teams to this international final. So online, we are together, all of us, with 66 WRO member countries from all continents, from all parts of the world.
So it's really cool. And I suppose we have prepared a video who gives us a short idea of what it means.
Yeah, so we have a video where we asked the national organizers, or 5 of them, what their plans are for next year, because all of us, we cannot wait until this corona epidemic is more under control and we can go back to organizing live events. So I have asked 5 of them to say a little bit more about their plans for next year.
Ah, okay, cool. So please listen to the film. Thank you.
I am confident that 2022 we are going to have the numbers come back up again, because we have been talking to the teams across the country that 2022, it looks like we will be able to travel. And if you want to win a slot, whether for a final or a friendship invitational, we need to see that you are busy with stuff, WRO stuff, national stuff, which is RISE, and maybe RoboFest as well. We tell them all the time. So the teams are looking forward to 2022, and we are quite confident that the numbers will begin to rise. All of the national organizers across the world, your efforts will pay off. It's actually paying off already. These kids are now clear in their minds what they want to become, which career paths they want to take. And they are the next batch of people to bring solutions to the many problems in different parts of the world. In Africa and in Ghana, maybe our challenges are different, but then it's one and the same thing. Difficult or not difficult, we are impacting the next generation with knowledge, and they will be thankful to us when we are gone, when we are too old to be doing this, or when we are dead and gone. So WRO community, from those of you, the managers, to the national organizers, don't stop what you are doing. The next generation will thank you for your efforts. And for the children who may see this video, you are the next batch of people or group of people to provide solutions across the world. Just keep your focus. Beyond the knowledge, I would like to stress there is something called discipline. Knowledge is not enough. Knowledge is not enough. You need the discipline. Sometimes when you're not finding a solution, you need, as it were, to go back to the first principles. Maybe stay 30 minutes later than you planned, or stay 1 hour later. Be at your practice session on time. Get the teamwork thing going. All I'm trying to say is, beyond the knowledge is character. Character in discipline, character in paying attention to details, character in paying attention to time, character in respecting one another in the team. And it will turn out right. No matter the difficulties, eventually all of the challenges will fall, and then you will become, you the young people will become very proud that you provided solutions for the world's problems. So this is my message to the WRO community.
I would say that the competition, the format that the kids have to stay at home and record the video. Of course, we cannot replace the on-field competition that we normally do, right? Because the atmosphere and then everything's happening on site. All the kids and can meet up and can learn from each other, from the teams, from the churches. So we really hope that next year we can start to do the normal event like the previous years.
We are planning on having normal in terms of COVID normal competition with all the regulations, all the distance measures, everything in place to be able to have an in-person competition. Maybe we're not going to have a lot of teams or as many teams as we did before, but we're confident that we're going to have a competition and we're going to see you in Germany. That Honduras is going to be, again, in a final competition, in an international competition in person, and we're going to see you in Germany.
Great.
I think it's going to improve, of course, on the pandemic side. I mean, vaccination is I would say, going well. Maybe not everywhere yet. I know that there are vaccination issues, but it's getting better at least, and we can see the positive effect of vaccines. And now we're getting used to it, and we know how to cope with this virus. So we know it's not necessarily by touching things, but it's in the air. So if you're protecting yourself correctly, I mean, you're going to be able to enjoy your activities. So for this, it's going to be okay. And now people are coming back, and of course, schools and teachers, they also have to reopen those robotics kits again, because they have been away for a while. They are learning again, and they're just restarting the whole thing. So it's going to be an interesting year. We hope to be in Germany next year. We hope we'll be able to travel in Germany to see this WRO 2022 in Dortmund.
Personally, I am always optimistic, and maybe I feel that I have the potential and the capability to proceed and to overcome the challenges. We hope and trust that things will go better. We have really plans to prepare and have a progress and prepare our teams to participate positively and to be, inshallah, in 2022 tournament planned to be held in Germany. Inshallah, every or most of the country can have the ability to participate, and this will also give us better chance to meet and to interview different cultures from all over the world. Really, I'm looking forward and wish and hope that all teams from all over the world, from all countries, have the ability and the capability to overcome the pandemic. I wish them and I send them my best regards, and I encourage a lot of countries who are not participated in the WRO to have the chance, and I would like also the board of directors, the advisory council, yourself, Karin, Mr. Klaus, to invite more countries and to accept new countries in our family, WRO family, and this is will the world more happy, more happiness, and more justice, we hope.
Karen, it's so good to see that the national organizers already think of the competition 2022 in Germany, and we heard a lot of them how they proceed with online events, and now and in the video we saw now, we really could feel that they are eager to have a live event and that they would like to travel. And I suppose this was also a special situation for you in contact with the national organizations.
Yes, and I like how they say, more WRO countries is more happiness and more friends. But for us, it has been different. Yes, For me, working at WRO, I work a lot from home, but I also get the chance to travel, of course, to our host country, to some other countries. So I'm very lucky that I get to be in places that I normally would never go to or would never come. And that has not been possible, of course. So I've been doing everything online. But you know, that is only a little issue compared to, of course, what some people have been through. But it is hard. I'm looking forward to meeting all these persons again in real life. It's always, we say in the Netherlands, a very warm bath. If you meet fellow robotic enthusiasts that are working with the children, if you meet them in another country, you are friends immediately, and you get to see the country in a different way. So you are not there as a tourist, but they take you to places that are the more or less the normal places people go in the country. That is very nice, and I'm really missing that, yes.
I was really impressed by the uploaded videos too. When we saw the competition, we always saw the surroundings. So all the children and students had different situations, and I suppose also the organizers and even the parents, whether it's in school or in a private home, and then you have to work with Zoom and all the technique with the camera, the right position to talk to the camera. Yeah, I suppose everybody learns also that if there is a problem, don't think about the problem, think about the solution. And 60 countries does it. And so this is, to my mind, also typical for the spirit of WRO.
Yes, I think so too. And I also think one of the good things about a competition like WRO is that we are really flexible. So what you have seen maybe in videos today, not everybody has this really nice table with everything fixed and ready. So there are also children that just have a simple table on the floor, or schools that have a simple table on the floor, or a field on the floor. And that is all okay in WRO. So we don't want to make it too hard for people to join. We are always flexible. So many events have a simple project place for the open category teams, for example. It's not always a full booth like you would be at a fair. And that's also because we want to keep it as easy as possible for teams to participate. Because it's all about their learning and not about if everything is 100%, okay, the game field needs to have the right size, but it can be on the floor, it can be on your kitchen table, or you can have a very special table, for instance. So.
And I suppose you succeeded well with 66 countries participating in an online final all over the world. This is really, really cool. And I suppose we have prepared some pictures to get an idea how the teams work during the year.
Yeah, so we asked the national organizers to send us some stuff. So send us some things that you have been working on the last year. And we have some pictures in the background. So you can see that some people, you know, they actually had a real event, Palestine, for example, but South Africa, they had most of it online. So they used Zoom.
Syria also impressing videos we have seen.
And the Emirates, United Arab Emirates, they also worked partly online. Then Ukraine, they had something funny because all the parents were sitting outside with their coats on, with big TV screens. So everybody was really creative. And then Bahrain, they had a normal competition, smaller than, of course, than normally. Most countries had less teams than would be able in a new year. Canada did partly online, and then they could do a little event in real life. Honduras. So it's really good to see how all these countries have managed this year and what they have been doing. Little events in Morocco. The Netherlands, we did a special event. So we did only a surprise challenge this year because we also didn't know if we could organize something big. So we did and we had a special award even. So every organizer did something that fitted their country. And that is really being creative. And for us, we wanted them to be flexible and creative, so to do that. So yeah, I think it's really cool what the national organizers have been doing.
Yes, and if you read the countries, yeah, WRO is really a world organization with a lot of people joining us. And perhaps this is also a good idea to talk about how to become a national organizer. So if somebody says, cool, Karen is beautiful and a very competent lady, and I suppose I would like to get into contact to her so that I am perhaps in the future a national organizer. What could you suggest to do if somebody is interested?
Well, we have national organizers from very different backgrounds. So some are a company selling robotic stuff and that also organize the competition. Some are universities, education systems. We have non-profit organizations. What is important for us if a new country wants to join is that we work with an organization. We want people to have some experience in working with robotics and children, in organizing competitions. Because for us, of course, it's important that if they hold a competition, that it's important that they know how to work with the judges and with the rules. And that is more important for us than if they, for example, have a lot of money and can make the whole setup very perfect with the best tables and a disco show and whatever. We don't really care. It's cool. But for us, it's about making the best experience in the competition for the children. So we ask experience in how you run a competition. Do you have judges that available or volunteers available that would be able to judge this competition and that work hard and have the best experience for the children in mind, while also, of course, taking care of the rules. So organizations that think, well, WRO is not in our country, and I think we could be able to organize such a thing. Yeah, they can always go to our website and send us an email, and then I have a talk with them usually and explain more about what it is all about.
And I suppose when they say, okay, it would be cool to organize it, perhaps I'm not so... I don't know how to organize such a national event. I suppose you also could help them. Or is there any workshop to learn how to become a national organizer? Might this be an idea? Do you have the chance to make contacts between an organizer who knows the job already very well and a new one?
Yeah, that's a good one actually. So we don't have a workshop. How do you become a national organizer? We have, of course, I help countries and we have described what we need and what we want. But because we are also looking for organizations with some experience, you know, we kind of, okay, you should be able to organize something. We have help and guidelines. But what many countries do is that they work together with a neighbor country. So if, for example, when we went to Costa Rica in 2017, there were many countries in Latin and South America that joined in those years. Because the people in Costa Rica, they also speak Spanish, so that's easier. They have the rules already translated or a website. And they could tell these newer countries, okay, we have been doing it like this way. Come and take a look at our at our national final, for example. So you see what's going on. It's much easier if you're close, if you speak the same language sometimes. And I know that, for example, the people that are active in Russia, they have also helped out neighbor countries that wanted to start. So, and that's of course really good. The German organizers have helped Austria and Switzerland, and also the Netherlands, by the way, when they wanted to start. So a lot of organizers are very happy to pass information and to help out and to say, okay, we have made these flyers or these banners. If you want, you can maybe use them or translate them. So people work together closely. So you can always ask. Indeed.
So this is, to my mind, the spirit of the WRO family. If we have the children in our view, to help them to not only to compete in a competition, but to get into contact with STEM. I suppose this is the basis, and then robotics, everybody is welcome. And besides this, we talked already about it, to have money is also a good reason to come to the WRO family. Even if you don't want to be a national organizer, perhaps you want to become a sponsor of a national event, so we can help the ones who can organize but have no money with the money from other countries. So there are so many perspectives in which you can participate, whether it's really human work and coordination and communication, or whether it's sending money to the bank account of WRO. It really helps, because not every organizer has the money to do the competition like he wished to do it.
That is true. So of course, getting money is always good. We should have the bank account number at the bottom. No, but of course, we are always looking for partners, and all our countries, our member countries, are also looking for partners. So other companies or to work with that could maybe help with funding the competition. That could maybe help with helping teams to get to an international event, because that's also not easy. If you are a team and you win, that's very nice. But if you then need, oh, I need tickets to go to Costa Rica or to Germany, how do you do it?
Yeah.
So it would be very welcome. But also there are partners that do not necessarily help with money, but for example, that organize a regional competition where they say, okay, you know, you have this one part of the country. We as a company will organize the competition in that part, so we can use our building, we make sure that the kids can something to drink, our employees can be the judges and the volunteers. That is also really helpful. So even if as a company you think, no, I'm not going to send them money, but if you think, no, we are also into robotics or we like this kind of stuff, let's us offer that we take over part of the organizing budget. So that would already be really helpful, of course. So you can help us out in very many ways.
Yes, and we talked about the national organizers and at least the world final and everything to do, but you mentioned it already, in the regions the work is also very, very, very important, and it might also motivate the children, and there might be families which are really very good in robotics, but they don't have the money to build a robot, and even this could help, for example, with the material.
Yes, so in some countries, it is really much harder to get robotics materials than in others. So we are also, some countries I know are working with fundraising organizations or funding organizations that maybe say, okay, we want to help bring robotics and STEM education to this country, and we are now going to make sure that schools get robotics materials. And if schools have the materials, then teams can join. The schools can work with the children and they could join, for example, the WRO competition. So, like I said, there are many ways to help out. Sometimes we need travel budget, some teams need access to robotics materials, and but there are also always organizational costs, of course. So, yeah.
And if you are interested in now, and you said, oh, sorry, I only started to view the final today, don't be sad, go on our website, and there you have the schedule of the last 3 days and also of today, and all the parts of our program are registered, so you get really a nice idea of the judging, of the uploaded videos of the work of the head coaches, head judges, excuse me, of the head judges, and even of the coaches. And also you might start with becoming a coach, and then learn more about the WRO, or you send an employee from your company to the WRO. So really also small steps may help us, and the target we told already also with Klaus, the General Secretary, we have 197 countries in the world, I suppose, and one day this is our big dream, to have a national, an international final with all of them.
Yeah, they're really true. And now I think, because I took a look at the clock, I think we are ready to go to the award ceremony now. Huh?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. And this is the reason why a lot of thoughts are in my brain. So, Karen, thank you very much. And I would like to welcome the Secretary General of the WRO, Klaus Ditlev Christensen. Klaus, nice to meet you again. And I see you are happy. Your eyes are shining. The world